Hello, everybody. You're back with Idle Chatter. Day 40 of the new account. Probably day finale for now. As we talked about yesterday, it's going to become a speed test account. That's kind of its ultimate form. So we're gonna do event stuff today. We're gonna grab Nordum here in about an hour for testing purposes in the future. And then I will develop this account off stream while we go back to playing the main account. Speaking of, let me get that in. Picture. There we go. Yeah, you gotta pick somebody today, Sargoto. It's that time again, kiddies. Oh, whoops. No, that's fine. That'll be fine. Maybe. What the heck? Oh. That's not even in? Why not? Guessing it's a dex. Oh, no, it's not. It's a wisdom. Strength. That's gonna go. There. All right. Hello, Delcoon. Oh, Moobot. Sorry, folks. The bot is. Oh no. Let me get the code in the bot. Shove the code in the bot. There it is. Hello, Delcoon, Capini, Idleduck, Sargoto, Nifty Games. The code is now updated. You can do that again. Yeah, there we go. Missed the other streams? I don't know. I wasn't there. And 1.3 millions of the tokens now. 1.3 million of the tokens now. It's hard to wait. I have 44,000 on this account. What do I have on my main account? Oh, I got to do something with those today. I have basically 12 million on my main account. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Yeah, I can't afford to forget to spend those. All right. That's the only one of those we got. I know Nordum's gonna be so. No, that's on my main account. No, that's not going to Nordum. Oh, yeah. Hey, Zellist. Okay, what are we doing? We need to switch this to Brunor alone. And then we go over here. Hey, Norway. Oh, the Reddit Q&A was up. There's not usually codes for that. Trials run. Oh yeah, let's do our trials run. We're doing a double trials. Hey, Dance Lover. We're gonna do double trials. Where are we gonna go today? 525. Not a problem. Let's start down. Speed and fire breath. I'll have that done in no time. I don't know what we're gonna do until you can flex on your champion though. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat the corn dogs that are sitting in front of me getting cold, but I don't know what we're gonna do on the account. Maybe I'll switch which one is main, and we'll on the main screen. I will do stuff on the main account. Who knows? Dip? What do you dip your corn? I mean, I sort of. But now I'm curious. Like, I've never referred to it as like dip. I've heard condiments. Do you have condiments for your corn dogs? Yes. I have a condiment for my corn dog. If I'm feeling fancy, I do. I mean, I like ketchup. Look, I'm simple. I'm a simple person. I like ketchup, but if I'm feeling fancy, then I also get some like Dijon mustard. I'm dipping in both. Never done honey mustard. That would probably be good. I don't like I don't like mustard just on its own though. I'm not that kind of. I don't know. Yeah. I know people just like to slather their corn dogs in mustard, and I've never understood that. It's a corn dog. It's a hot dog on a stick, wrapped in cornmeal, and cooked. So, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. They're delicious. Have I had a Korean corn dog? No. Nope. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they started out as fair food, like you would go to fairs and carnivals and stuff, and you would because you can walk around with it on a stick, like food on a stick at a fair, like it's easier to eat. Your hands don't get messy. I mean, it started out as a like a fair food. In fact, the brand I buy is like State Fair corn dogs. That's just their brand name. Um, but you know, then they started going everywhere because people enjoy corn dogs. Hey, Trupac. I guarantee they serve corn dogs at the Wild Beyond the Witchlight Carnival. You like the Foster Farm ones? Yeah. Everybody's got a different favorite. I like these because they've got like, there's a little, it's like a honey batter. It's like a honey cornbread batter. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, no, the hot dog on a stick was a thing. It was basically corn dogs. That's all it was. But basically, you take like the it's not like a pops. It's like smaller. It's like skinnier than a popsicle stick, but it's like a popsicle stick. And you know skewer the hot dog, and then they dip it in the batter, and then deep fry it. Right. That's the traditional fair method of making them. Like they'll make them right in front of you. Good stuff. Yeah, ketchup is tomato syrup in the same way that you know, maple syrup is a tree syrup, right? Like it's just a different kind of sweet syrup from a different place. I know it's got a lot of ketchup, a lot of sugar in it. I don't care. I like ketchup. And I've tried the low sugar ones, and I'm like, that's absolutely not. Well, so Naroi, I see it's good that you're getting your trials done. Chest rewards are met. The chest isn't the reward. This is one of the reasons, like, that like Auto Champions kind of trains you that the good stuff is in chests, right? And then they put you to trials, and the chests are disposable. Like, they shouldn't even exist. They should never have existed, and they're gonna go away because the reward is the scales. Like the rest, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Canada, the mass available corn dogs are called pogos. Interesting. Like pogo sticks. Tree ketchup. I don't think I would go that far. Benjamin, thank you for the follow. Swear to God. Oh no. Now, if I ever meet somebody named Sven, I'm gonna immediately ask them, "Is that short for Svenjamin?" I'm just that's gonna happen. That's great. That's great though. I love it. I hope they go yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh my god. Oh boy. Look, I brought a lot of root beer today, folks. So we're good. Well, yeah, that's more likely what it would be. I'm saying, yeah. Snoozed out again. I didn't snooze anything. If Twitch keeps auto snoozing my ads, I'm gonna be a little upset. Get your finger off my snooze button, Twitch. Just glad you read my name right. I try. Look, I mean, as someone who has a name that people mess up, I try. But you know, even I understand people are gonna try to say my name, and more than likely they're gonna get it wrong. And when they get it right, I'm like, oh, nice. All the Elminster champs are full epic. Nice. Yeah, definitely time to move on to another patron. How many people were you to Sven Jammin? I mean, sure. I could see that too. God, just don't try to ask a question on Dev Insights, man. I don't know what David would do with your name. David is notorious for just truly not being able to process Twitch names. Absolutely. It's kind of a running gag at this point, but he's not trying to be funny. He's literally just trying to read names off and just it takes a little while, folks. If you're not used to reading like internet names on a regular basis, it can take a little while to kind of get the hang of it, and then you're not always going to get it right. But more often than not, you will. Yeah, there's the end. Oh, that's okay. But yeah, some people just aren't quite there, and that's fine. All right, there was a ran a Q&A today. All right, we're back from the ad break. So there's a Reddit Q&A today. I'm just kind of reviewing. There's one sentence that says, "We have a very special blog launching on Friday, and we can't wait for you all to see it." Oh, okay. This is a Friday that normally there wouldn't be a blog. But they also said Vecna 8 launches next week. Which means, like, which tells me we're getting an Evergreen, right? Then they say with like the Evergreen would arrive with Vecna 8. So maybe the blog that's on Friday is for the evergreen? And then under the spoilers, it says, careful of this guy's arrows. Legolas in Idle Champions? Is that what's going on? No. I don't think that's the crossover we're getting. They probably mean somebody else. They probably mean somebody else. Hank? Yeah, Hank's got arrows. Yeah, sure. I just, my mind went straight to Legolas. Anything I should do to prepare for an evergreen drop? Not really. It's, there's a very good chance it's going to be difficult. And if you struggled with Ren, which was the most recent evergreen we had, then it's something you might struggle with. It depends on how recently you unlocked. Like if you unlocked Ren recently and struggled, or you haven't unlocked Ren, then it might be a bit more. Usually things get picked up a notch, right? But you never know. They might try something new and it just might be a cakewalk, right? We really don't know until it comes out. It's usually what I look forward to is new evergreens, because a new evergreen is usually a solid challenge. But it, yeah, we just kind of have to wait and see. It's not really a content drop for people who are newer or even in the mid game. Like the new evergreens are late game people, late game and end game people. I hope I struggle, but I doubt it. Yeah, well, end game people don't struggle with anything. So, yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Someone asked if we're going to get more candy characters like the nerds. Oh, man. That was like I feel like that was once in a game lifetime. Like, once in a game lifetime happenstance. That there was a nerds crossover. I'm not even sure what else would cross over with D&D. What kind of candy would crossover? Because with nerds, they made them into like little characters. Oh, M&Ms. Oh my god. The different colored M&Ms. That would, hold on. I might be down for that. I might be down for that. I would totally do D&D and M&M. Yeah. D&D and M&Ms. M&Ms, not M&M. That's, I mean, yeah, that'd probably be interesting too, but I don't think that would happen. Okay, we did our trials run for the day. Now what? We were doing Light of Xerxes stuff. It was getting difficult. To go this many areas with this formation layout. So Turn of Fortune's Wheel? I think we just do Turn of Fortune's Wheel. Someone yesterday was like, oh, you should end your account with Turn of Fortune's Wheel. And this may be the last day we play on this account for a long time, so. Yeah, what about a California Raisins crossover? I think that's about 40 years late. Yeah. I don't know, a Coffee Crisp. I don't even know. I haven't had a Coffee Crisp. Sour Patch Kids. I'm not sure that they have the individual identities that would make that an enjoyable crossover. But maybe. Mr. Mage, do all chests reward equipment to the lowest geared champions, or is that just electrums? So the way that it kind of works is it's gonna a chest is gonna open and roll for rarity, and then it's gonna find somebody to put that rarity on, like that needs that rarity. And if there is an empty slot, like if someone is empty, like it has nothing, like if it's a white rarity and somebody has an empty, it's going to go to the empty. It's going to go to any empty slot before it duplicates, right? So it'll always try to be useful. When it's green, it'll go to any empty green slot. As long as like green is, as long as white is the highest, it either has nothing or it's white, right? So the nearest empty slot, you know, any kind of empty slot with green. Same with blue, same with purple. Like, so they're always looking for kind of an empty place to go rather than duplicating. And if somebody is, if you have like everybody in blue or better gear, and then you unlock a brand new event champion or any kind of new champion, and they have no gear at all, when you open electrums are going to magnet onto that champion, and start giving that champion gear. That's why we tell people, or I tell people, when you get a new event champion in events like this, you save up your electrums, you open your electrums first to try to get them a good base of gear. And I try to aim for green or better before opening anything that's actually their name on it, right? Swizz Money and Mr. Mage, thank you for the follows. I think we're going to do this. I have to do a warning here. This is kind of a bit of a spoiler. This has been out a while, but you know, this is the only adventure in the game that isn't what it seems. And that's really cool. It's really kind of cool. Yeah. You know what we need to do? Oh no, I can do it from here. I have to turn cinematic speed to manual because this is one where the text matters. Like the story that's going on kind of matters. So I will leave it on screen. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to do Mars's thing and read it. God, I haven't done text on the screen in so long. Do I just click? I click. Okay. I'm like, how do I get it to do the thing? You know. Yeah, all right. I'm not. I would kind of have to read it. You know what? You'll read it when you do it. Maybe I don't do that. I can't. Without reading it, I can't. I just can't. Okay. So much for that. Change my mind so easily. You kind of have to read it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. That's Mars's thing. You give a Sarac Dave's voice? No. Sarac doesn't deserve Dave's voice. Think M&M's are Mars? Yes. Yeah. Well, there's like Mars bars, or there used to be Mars bars, but M&M's Mars is the company. I think M&M's is under that. Hey, Thrival. Is that really Mars and Murray? Is that what M&M's? I never knew. I have no idea. M&M's experience. I went to the M&M store. I didn't know it was referred to as an experience now. Doesn't surprise me. So, to be clear. I even got custom M&Ms once. When I was running a fan site for Warhammer Online Wrath of Heroes, and it was called 6v6v6.com. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't find it, but I got the 6v6v6 logo on M&Ms and little packaged M&Ms and sent them to the devs for like Christmas or something. I don't remember. I sent them for some reason. Maybe turn it back on at 45. Yeah, maybe, if I can remember. But here's the thing. This says complete area 300, but spoiler alert, folks, we're only going to 50. Because the storyline of this campaign is very unique. So when you go to do it, you should read it. At least this one. If you don't read anything else, just read this one adventure. If you remember, on one of the dev streams, I asked about Diana being possibly bugged with her Electrum output. Malone and I had 6. 100%. Today I have 24. There's a bug where people have talked about Diana getting too many. Like she'll just, you'll be at cap and then she'll get like 20. Like she'll just suddenly, you'll have 20 Electrums. I haven't been a recipient of that bug, but apparently that's a bug that exists. Yeah, apparently that's a bug that exists. You're not exploiting. So here's the thing. I want to be clear. If you just randomly run into bugs and you're like, okay, cool. That's not exploiting. Exploiting is when you know about the bug, not just know about the bug, but know how to reproduce it. And you do that for your advantage. I hate. What are we supposed to do here? I guess we're in, we need gold. That's what they want. They want you to get more people out. Don't even have like a good multi-hitter right now. Hold on. I guess we could get him out. It's really our only option. And then hope he doesn't get devoured. That feels like it. So yeah, you know, I've run into bugs on this stream before that let me beat content, and I'm like, meh, whatever. I've even reproduced by like Bud's buggy. We used to just try to reproduce it to try to prove it. I submitted tickets. I tried to get them to fix it. I did everything in my power to make sure that bug went away forever. But it's like, still here. Yes, homie. Thank you for the follow and the Prime sub. And Swizmuddy, thank you for the comments.
Renzo thanks his sidekick.
All right. But yeah, if you just randomly happen to run into a bug, that's fine. But if you figure out the exploit, oh god, of course he killed him immediately. Exploiting is like if you just actively reproduce it, you're not trying to get it fixed. You're not trying to, like, I was trying to reproduce it so that I could get it fixed and then show it off. And like, honestly, sometimes the more you make that bug visible to the community, the more people do it, the higher it goes on a dev priority list. Devs hate hearing that, but they know it's true. They know it's true. All right, we just got to get lucky here. Hey, Jules. Did it again. I'm first. You know, if you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, you can ride a boat down a chocolate river and see the chocolate getting made. I thought that was a Willy Wonka thing. Don't tell me that. I would never. Oh my god, that would be so insanitary. You get an extra 10 to 20 every 2 days. I do not. Well, no, I do not. I would notice on this account for sure, because that would be huge. I would notice on my other account too if I got 20 extra that I wasn't, because I'm not actively playing it. I would notice if there was like way more Electrums than should have been there. Yeah, let's try this again. So clearly already you can tell that this is a place, this is a campaign you don't come unless you have a specific set of champions, right? That can deal with this on Area 10. Like, what the heck were they thinking? Yeah, they really make you pay attention because they want you reading and seeing what's going on. Yeah. But now I'm like paranoid. Now I'm gonna leave him in because I don't know what else they're gonna throw at me. Oh, my other account. Who's? I'm like, who's the DPS here? We don't really have one. This way. Oh, that's also a problem to resolve. All right. I just put a familiar on the auto progress button, and after a couple of wipes, it pushes through. Well, I mean, eventually you could get lucky, but if you don't, you're gonna get hard stuck. Like once we had Grim in, I knew eventually we'd get lucky. That is Grim, right? Yeah. Okay. So strange after so many years having to like instead of calling them Beetle and Grim because it's all same champion. Now they're divorced, and it's like, okay, what are they going by now? Oh, what did I unlock? A bunch of light as Rix's stuff. Ooh, Indolin. Alright. I'm gonna do that. Sure. Well, over leveling against the Devour doesn't mean anything. Because he's hit based, you can't just one-shot him. And your health doesn't matter against the Devourer. He just swallows you whole. That's the problem with the Devourer, right? Or the challenge with the Devourer is, there's an RNG element of who does it swallow whole this time? Which is annoying when it swallows your multi-hitter, right? A chocolate bath? No. Cocoa massage? No. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need a chocolate bath or a cocoa massage. All right, coming up on it. Okay. Now I kind of have to read this. Did you really think I wouldn't notice they were missing? I don't know what you're talking about. I was a gracious guest. Don't lie to me. You may be a lich, but I have more power at my disposal than you can imagine. And none of it is your own. Return what you stole and I will leave here in peace. We can put this behind us. After everything I've lost recently, the plans that have gone to waste, I'm not parting with the members of the Agents of Annihilation that easily. Agents of Annihilation? I still feel like the name could use some brainstorming. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. You will return them or pay the price. Get a fix on who Acererak is talking to. Keep out of sight while defeating these enemies. I don't think I can keep out of sight. Chalk tub time machine, no. Does anyone else see those gems the skeletons and tomb dwarves have on them? Might be important. Do they? I can't do that voice. Do they really, or do you just want treasure? Can't both be true. Por qué no los dos? That's what that should have been. Whoever wrote this missed out. Por qué no los dos? That's all right, Norway. Yeah, I mean, ultimately it comes down to, can you multi-hit enough? Yeah. Something isn't right here. They must be truly powerful. They're blocking me and threatening a lich. Keep fighting. Things are about to get real. Should we? We're getting cinematic up in here, folks. After careful consideration, I've decided to do what I want and not care about any of the consequences whatsoever. Seems to work for adventurers all the time. Throwing shade. So be it. This is usually the part where we start fighting. Nothing, folks. Here we go. Oh, I'm not going to fight you, Acererak. You and your friends over there? Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. We're not friends. What? We're not with him. We're not with him. You will not die by my hand, but rest assured, you will die. This form may die, but will return. Even if I should fall today, this is not over. Okay, Obi-Wan. Wannabe. Obi-Wannabe. There we go. Obi-Wannabe. And I'm clicking and nothing's happening because... Be sure to tell the Lady of Pain that. What? I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Folks, this is... Yeah, what? While we were talking, I entangled this tomb with Sigil. She'll be here any moment. Good luck. Now we're going to snooze this ad. Champions, something is... Can't get through. Champions, run! Yeah, no. Guess who, folks? Lady of Pain. Look, you don't look at the Lady of Pain. If you look at the Lady of Pain, you die. Yep. There you go. We're dead. That's it, folks. This freaked so many people out. Because they're like, what? And look, potions refunded. So smart. Like, they knew. They created this. They're like, you're going to go to Area 300. Nobody's going to expect this is coming. Everyone's going to be done on Area 50 because everyone's going to die. And then they refund your potions. This was key, right? Because people would have been so mad if they didn't refund the potions. Yeah. So good. So good. But that's what's supposed to happen. They were so worried about how people would take this that I actually did a show on it. Like, because they were like, well, people have to know that this is okay. 52 favor, yeah. But look, it's Turn of Fortune's Wheel. That's actually a good amount of favor. Turn of Fortune's Wheel is the garbage campaign for favor. But yeah, that's it. That was the beginning is the end. And then you're in Sigil. And then you're in Sigil. And the end is the beginning is the next one, right? And we're going to start this just because we got the text going on. Hey, Chief, you okay? Oh, whoa, lots of you are moving. Is this the undead uprising I've always hoped for? Looking for it. Nayeli, that ain't Nayeli? What? What's going on? Who are you? Wait, who am I? Why, she's a Gith now. Don't remember who you are, huh? Sounds like what you need is a nickname. You look like you could hold your own in a fight. How about Badass? Yeah, that fits you. Hey, Badass. I'm Mort, by the way. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, all right. Like, so now suddenly Niali is known as Badass because Niali doesn't remember who she is. So the conceit of this campaign, of the whole of, if you don't know, Turn of Fortune's Wheel as a campaign setting is that your party dies and they are all reincarnated but don't know who they are. But do you have a different class and a different species? Yeah. Calliope's a Harengon. I'm going to need one of those nicknames as well. Can't put my non-existent finger on why, but I'm going to call you Hops. Yeah, that makes sense. Havalar, that's a little on the nose. And Havalar, of course, any of the glitch, this is where glitch feats and glitch skins came from, folks. Because that's what's going on. It's like a glitch in the universe. And so Havalar is Aaron M. Evans. This is Aaron M. Evans dressed as Havalar, basically. It's a little on the nose, isn't it? You could come up with something original. You're right. Let's try better with you. Yeah. How about Tangerino? This is a reference to. Oh God. Okay. There's lots of good references here. But yeah, now Mort hangs out. Oh, not again. Freely's like, Freely has died and been reincarnated so many times. Now this time it's Freely, but as B. Dave Walters. And then Orkira as Lauren Urban. Oh, not again. Yeah, they know. They're like, oh, this is great. Do you remember who you are? No, just this weird feeling like this has happened before. Yeah, it has. Yeah, Aaron of the Thousand Evans, yes. You got that? If you don't know, folks, Aaron of 1,000 Evans is because Aaron M. Evans, like, you'll get it. I've heard of stranger things happening, but in that case, I'm going to call you Jinx and I'm going to call you Echo. Nice to meet you both. Oh, and before you ask, I've already got a name for the last of you. I'm going to call you Ren. I don't know why. You just look like a Ren. Thank you. And Ren is, of course, the evergreen that we end up getting in this campaign. All right. Oh no. We're gonna turn this back off again. Yeah, there's good stuff. There's good stuff in this campaign. There's no gold in this campaign, but there's good story in this campaign, folks. When I say good stuff, that's the stuff we're talking about, because there ain't nothing else. 350. Are we gonna be able to get to 350 in time? I don't know. Apothecary please. No, we're just gonna do 3. Yeah. But yeah, you get no gold here. I don't even know if we'll get to 350, honestly. We may just bail. I remember when that refunded thousands of gem hunters on day 1. Yeah. If you had like these things going on, it would refund and it was triggering issues and yeah. Now I'm wondering, did I have that already? Did I have an extra there already? I don't remember. I have to go back and watch the VOD. Is that the one Mars started writing? I don't think so. You know what? You'd have to ask Mars. I think this was Trevor. Yeah. But the issue with it, so the issue with Turn of Fortune's Wheel is basically in other campaigns, ad break. That actually sums up everything about Turn of Fortune's Wheel. You start and then you go. that's Turn of Fortune's Wheel. Yeah. In a nutshell. All right, did I finish? I did finish over here. Okay. Hey, 5-digit DPS. I did get a bonus. I thought I did. So that's still a ooh. I mean, I don't know that anybody's gonna min-max that, but man, if you wanted to go there with full legendaries running, and you might get an extra. It's all favor from time gets. We'll go here now. Well, so we'll talk when we come back from that break. We'll get into that, but to a certain degree, yeah, to a certain degree. All right, back from that trip. Okay, so I stopped what I was doing because so the issue with Turn of Fortune's Wheel is that most campaigns, as enemy health goes up, the gold find kind of goes up pretty similar, like kind of on the same trajectory, right? With Turn of Fortune's Wheel, they changed the way it works, and so health, continues to go up like this, but then the gold find does this. Like, it's just this kind of flat. It's almost feels like a flat line. It's not. I mean, phrasing, I guess, but it's not a flat line. But it's real freaking close. So you just don't earn gold here. We're E11. I've got E11 gold. We're in the 80, like this. It's real bad. It's real bad, folks. And this campaign is what actually led to the creation of what a lot of us call dirty gold farming. Some people call bud gold farming. Because you just needed something that was easy and straightforward as you're moving along. Yeah. And and not stop constantly, because you needed tons of gold constantly. You needed more gold than you were earning, and you needed it constantly. So Azaka farming, which was the only thing that was viable at the time, the only other thing that was viable at the time, just wasn't. It just took too long. Like, it was too much. So learning how to create multiple parties. You have your your pushing party, and then your gold find party, and then swapping between the two with fire breath potions, so that you could rake in massive amounts of gold. That kind of came about because of this. So whatever you can do to earn more, it's important, because you're just not going to earn much at all here, and it's going to be a problem. So you can't. This is the first campaign where you can't rely on favor for pushing, because there just isn't going to be, like on gold find. You just leveling up your champions is not really a thing that's going to happen very well. And so that's why I refer to it as the first of of what are now referred to as the hard campaigns. Like, the difficulty shifted. It used to be that Baldur's Gate was the first of the hard campaigns. And then this came out. And then so Baldur's Gate became the first of the medium difficulty campaigns, because this is officially the first of the hard campaigns now, with the way that the game has adjusted. So when you get here, you have to have lots of power that doesn't come from gold. You've got to have a good Modron core. You've got to have patron perks. You've got to have lots of global blessings. You've got to have good gear. You've got to have legendaries. We don't necessarily have that. We have some. We have a little bit of this stuff. That's what I said. I wasn't sure if we're going to get to 350. We might. But yeah. We also might not. This is actually a good test of how much power we rolled into this. Can we at least finish this adventure? We're not going to end up with a lot of favor. Like, I have 155 favor. We're at 150. Area 150. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. That's not how this is supposed to work. Ah, it's so garbage. So garbage here. You like Freely here? I mean, Freely can give you extra favor, but I mean, you know, any additional bonus is nice, but it's not like they make this a viable thing. But yeah, if you have Freely running Freely here from the start of your adventure as far as you can, gets you bonus favor when you finish, but you still got to earn a lot of favor somehow. When you're dealing with exponential growth, anything less than exponential growth is a flat line. I mean, functionally, yeah. Functionally. But yeah, so the comment though, so I guess I'll favor from time gates will go here now. So what you want to do is you want to really try to exhaust your capability to deep push and favor farm here before converting in. Because once you start converting in, yes, it will be a target. It's going to be where you put all of your conversions for a while. But once you start converting in, you'll never be able to do a deep push here again. Because you'll build up higher from the conversions than you'll ever be able to push. So that can be problematic. So like on my main account, I converted it for a long time. And if I click over here at the top right, I have E69 favor there now from conversions. That seemed like a nice place to stop. And then Vecna has a little better gold find, but it has higher scaling health on enemies. So I only have an E53 there. I've been converting for a while. So it's another place where you'll have to start converting. But it's really all about conversions after a certain point. They were trying to make a more difficult campaign, and instead they made a more frustrating one. There's a difference between difficult and frustrating. And Turn of Fortune's Wheel is kind of the definition of the difference. Like between Turn of Fortune's Wheel and Vecna Even Ruin, you kind of see the difference. The health scales faster in Vecna Eve of Ruin, which means the gold find comes up a little bit. It's still like the same multiplier, but because it's kind of leashed to the health, you can earn more gold there. But it feels a little better, but it's still rough. Still rough. Yeah. I wish they'd gone back and put the health scaling from Vecna here as well. That would have made it. I feel like that would have made it better, but it is what it is. Hey, Atolani. You told me how to pronounce that the other day, and now I'm blanking. I think that was it. Look, I got one name right today. That's a win, right? Uh-oh. I was like, uh-oh, we're not doing damage. Now we're doing auto, okay. Okay. This is when we're dead. So yeah, I told you we might not make it to 350. Hold on. We already gotta build a better formation. I mean, we already can't level up enough to do the damage. Yeah, because we got like E60's damage. Folks. Yeah. Anything? No, can't do it here either. That did not. That didn't really help. Okay, so what about... No. Keeps us low. Oh, we got a little better. That got better. Not enough. Caddy Bree isn't the DPS, so it doesn't matter. Caddy Bree is the support. She doesn't have any support abilities yet, is a problem, but she's not the DPS. I'm aware of how Human works. And it's not in the back against a boss, it's in the middle. Yeah, just not enough. No, we're even remotely close enough damage. There we go. We got one hit that did enough. One. Yeah, no. We're done. We couldn't even go 350 areas. Cuz there's just no gold. We just don't have any gold. We're gonna get 158 gold, which is, I mean, that's gonna put us over 200 favor. It's gonna put us over 200 favor. We're gonna have 210 favor. Woo! Maybe on the next run we'd do better. We're not gonna come back here. Well, I don't know. We can sit and farm here for a few minutes. There's a few minutes before the unlocks, and then we'll go do event stuff. We'll do our last event stuff on this account. But yeah, this is what people complain about when they get here. They're like, I can't even complete the second mission. Yeah. This is the first hard campaign. You gotta have power that doesn't rely on leveling up your champions, which feels weird, right? The drops you get, this game doesn't do drops. This game doesn't do drops. I know it has a thing in the. I know it says Twitch drops, but they don't do that. They tested out like years ago when Twitch was rebuilt their drop system to drops 2.0 or something. They made a deal with Codename to test it out. And the response from the Idle Champions community was so rude and yeah, that they were just like, we're not going anywhere near this ever again. Yeah. To be fair, Codename picked the wrong thing to drop, to be fair. They dropped a skin for Jim that unlocked Jim. And at the time, Jim was, well, even now, Jim is a strong champion and people were mad that the only way you could get it was from watching a stream that they couldn't watch. They ended up just giving Jim out that, to everybody because of it, but it left such a bad taste in CNE's mouth that they fulfilled their testing obligation and then they never did anything again, which is a problem because, man, instead of Electrum codes for streams, if you just got drops from watching, that'd be awesome. Like, as a streamer, I would prefer that. I would prefer that to codes because people just show up, hit the code thing, and then leave, or they just copy it from somewhere. But if you have to watch for a little while to get your chest drop, yeah, that's more beneficial to the streamers. Yeah, but they don't do that. I got lucky and had the gold transfer party glitch happen once in this campaign. Oh yeah, you'll never get close to that again. Yeah. Yeah. Yet they left it in the settings. Well, because there's probably some problem with like removing it if it's still linked without getting everybody to link. I don't know. I think they just didn't want to spend any effort on that ever again. Honestly. All right, I didn't even get to level up, folks. We've been sitting here farming gold. I didn't even get enough gold to level up. A single upgrade for anybody. This campaign. It's a train wreck. All right. Great Modron March is not a train wreck, though. So available slots. Basically, this account, for those who don't know, this account is going to become a speed testing account. I'm going to do some deep dives into speed once I get it developed. So all I'm going to pick up from now on are speed champions. I already have Diana. But the other thing that's kind of related to that is Nordum for testing out, like, well, exactly, where are the breakpoints for Nordum being better than Diana for leveling up your Modron course? Because honestly, Diana's better than Nordum. But then how developed do you have to get Nordum for Nordum to then be the better option? So we're going to go ahead and flex. No, we're not. Because I don't have the time gate piece. We're going to flex Nordum at some point. Wow. Speaking of train wreck, folks. But I guess it's not today. I thought I was going to drop before today. I thought I was going to get my 2 piece drop before today. And I didn't. I already got my patron ones this week. I already got all my patron ones this week. Yeah. Yeah. I should have waited because I wasn't sure exactly. I thought it was going to happen. I should have waited. No, I won't do it on stream. Now, since it's not here, it's not going to happen. I'll flex him off stream. So the end is the beginning. The beginning is the end, and the end is the beginning. Because now we're just gonna park them in offline mode. There we go. And I get my scavenger, and Ishii can grab her item levels. And we're gonna call it. Hold on, let's open these. Open these. Did I get to 50,000 gems? Hold on. I did not. 42,000 basically. So we're real close to another speed. Oh yeah. All right. Let's go here instead. Main account. Who dis? Oh my god. So I did 4-star purple. We're back to the main account. 4-star purple. Who do I want? I guess I could do Nordum. Could. I want to. I mean, I guess there's an argument that that's probably the best option. Just because I could dump a lot of tokens on him. And he could actually be functional if we ever get a new core. I don't know that we're ever going to get a new core. I don't think I want to. Evelyn or Avandra? You know what? You know what? Poll in chat. Poll in chat. You tell me while I catch him in chat. I got Blue Shoe last night. Nice. Didn't read the requirements going in. I was stuck at $5.99 for an hour because Laura was my tank and Halson was my healer. Finally got the RNG gods to win with ultimate spam. Hey. Cool. I had all damage pots except the last 2. Do they work on ultimates? So your ultimates and fire breath potions are based off your bud, and so damage potions are going to raise your bud, right? Because they're going to raise the damage your party's doing. So yes. What should I spend my gems on as a new player? Chests. Generally speaking, you buy chests and open chests. If you're brand new, you start with silvers until you have like green or better gear on your core champions, like the starting 12. And then you just go to gold and you buy golds forever. Now, when you can afford familiars, like if you open up your, you see how many gems you have and you go to the gem shop and you can afford a familiar, get the familiar. It's just familiars aren't power. So like trying to save up to get familiars slows your progress down a bit. It can halt it completely if you're not careful. How many champions do I need to have to tier 4 Melf's first variant? You only get 6, Noroi. And none of them are adjacent, so they have to be pretty strong. Yeah. I did that. But yeah, this is a honorable discharge. You can't put oh no wait, never mind. This is a different one. Oh, I'm thinking Kreidel. Melf you don't have to use any. So what you do with Melfs is you don't put any champions out. And you click kill until you can't click kill anymore with gold, right? You up clip damage. You just put out 6 familiars and you park a familiar on click damage. And when you stop there, then you go back to area 1. You put in a full party, whoever your highest damage dealing party is. Let them set Bud, drop a fire breath potion, pull them out, put familiars back on the field, and then turn auto progress back on. And then you kill everything with fire breath damage. Because the only boss that is segmented is the area 50 boss, and it's stationary, so you can't fail the area. So yeah, it's a slow and annoying process, but you can get it. For some reason, I was thinking Kreidel. Kreidel has a variant where no, more details. Split up where you can't place a champion adjacent to any other champion. You only get 6. It's rough. I did it, but Evelyn. Everyone wants me to get Evelyn. All right, let's get Evelyn. Reset tier completion. Yes, please. All right. Do Evelyn stuff. The never-ending march in May. We're gonna aim for 1200, obviously. Defeat a Modron shutdown for 5 seconds and then reactivate. Sure. It's a Chumbawamba variant. Just with Modrons. So the key is you gotta get people out to do speed quickly. Just in case they get overrun. We'll get the music started back up here in a second too. Who else? Diana, probably there. You go there. And always be Ellie wicking. Oh, wait, I'm back on the main account again, folks. Oh my god. I forgot. I've got familiars here. Yay! Yay! Oh joy. Oh frabjous day. No, that should have been the other way, but that's fine. All right, music. Reset this every time. What the heck? Settings, sound, mute. Jukebox 1. It didn't set the jukebox at 1. Oh, dang it. There we go. Okay. I need to turn this off. All right, we're trying to go 1200 areas. Oh, I love having all my familiars back. Yeah, 2 time gate pieces compared to 1000, and I had 1016. A little different on the accounts, huh? A little different on the accounts. Why do I reset the completion? So, this event has an augment that gives you Scales of Tiamat whenever you complete tier 2 or higher variants. So I want those. It's not a lot, but you know, the amount of Scales of Tiamat that you get are limited in this game, right? You get a batch a week for the most part. I mean, you get some off a scavenger too, but So, you know, if I can, I know I can complete this stuff, so why not just reset it and get me some stuff. Now I know that one was, I think Evelyn was just at tier 1, but I don't care. Still going to hit the reset. I'm still going to just have it give me the credit from scratch. And I'll get what, 3 extra gold Evelyn chests, which doesn't matter, but I just want to, it's just a habit. I want to get in the habit of resetting, because eventually I'll have, everything will be full purple at some point. So I just want to make sure I'm doing that each time. This account has about 12 million tokens, folks. You heard that right. 12 million. Did I spend? Yeah, I spent my gems. Did I open? I did not. Like, did I open everything I have? No, here's some elf chests. This account's just been kind of backing up on fun stuff while I gem farm. Let's see what we get out of. No. On this account, I'm super picky. Oh. Oh? Ah, 2 in, 2 out. I'll take that. That's a useful cross piece. Welcome back. I don't know the rest of this I care about. I only care about cross pieces. Directed crosses. No, I only got the one. Electrums. See, don't need you. Yorvin chests. Oh, wait. I think we have to look at Yorvin in a minute. And gold chests. Okay. So Yorvin. I dismantled Yorvin. He's at level 1. He's at level 1. Poor Yorvin. So I can open those chests now. Probably should have opened them before I dismantled them, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. What do we got? Contracts. Let's burn all these. Okay. Yep, still not quite 12 million. So I need to rebuild Yorvin. So I'm going to come over to the shop. Now you get to see, like, late game stuff, folks. Yorvin, let's just buy me the full pack. 250 golds, 500 silvers. That's the most you can buy at once. 1.8 million event tokens. And we're going to go open all these. I'm going to see where Yorvin ends up. All right. Yorvin. Got a natural shiny on the ragtag team. Nice. That's the one you'd want gilded anyway. That one got to 1,000. It. I got way out of whack. 700s and 800s on the others. This one somehow got a lot of good rolls and ended up at 1,000. Take it. Take it. Who else did I get this event? We got Vlithrin. What's my Vlithrin at? 683. I think we're gonna definitely put more into those two. What my Mahen and Melf? What's my Mahen at? Mahen's at 2K. Okay, he's at 2K and he's fully gilded. I don't need to put any tokens into Mahen this event. That's right. I think he's got my highest outside of Briv. Well, outside of Speed Champions, he's like my highest invested event champion. Some of the Speed Champions, obviously, pretty up there. Where's Melf? Melf's got 1,000. Kinda, and he's fully gilded. Kinda happy with that. Yeah. The 1,200, yeah, 1,200 is totally doable. As long as, look, in the Melf variant 1, as long as you have a full party that you can use on area 1, so not ramping up tanking effects and stuff like that, that will have the damage to kill stuff like the trash mobs on 1,200, which you can find. I've got charts for that in my guides. Did that work backwards? Hold on. Then you can do it. Play sound in the background. That's working backwards. So yeah, you can complete it because the final boss, again, the Area 50 boss is a stationary hit-based boss. You don't even need damage to kill him. I mean, you just have to do 1 damage. A lot. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be really silly. And I'm just going to buy another stack for Yorman. Like just full stack. And another stack for Vlithrin. And I'm still going to have 6 million tokens left. But I'm going to have to figure out what to do. It's just Briv gem farm things. Yeah. I've been ignoring this problem while I've been gem farming. But this is Briv gem farm things. Like how to distribute your tokens in a good way, good efficient way. I don't know yet. Yorvan's now at 1400 and he's got 2 shinies. Good for him. I went to 8. Wow, yeah. All right. Wait, Lutheran's here. 1368. All right, she got Justice of the Depths, but not Pantheon and Blessing, which is where we would have wanted a Guildling. She's got 2 shinies as well. That's wild. That's the shiny lock off event chest is a little ridiculous. It almost feels like it's better than normal. You dropped 11 million tokens on Vlithrin with no shinies? Well, sucks to be you. Yeah, I guess we're probably going to want more on Evelyn. Where's Evelyn right now? 738. Yeah, okay. Let's go dump stack on Evelyn. Yeah, 1420. Blazing it. Sure. That's not bad. She was already fully gilded, so. Man, do I just want to get people to 2,000? Is that the new normal? So it's like what? Three packs, like 3 full purchases would be 2,000. But I don't think I could do that across, like if I have to try to think about it on 5 champions. I don't think I could do. Yeah, I'm not getting that many. So I think I'm aiming for like the 1,1500 range. But if they've already got a lot coming in, then I can just throw like Melf could use. I could drop another that on him. And we're getting closer to running out. Where'd hand up? 1762. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, this is so 1703 on the golden speed item. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But then, like, if we're thinking about it, Lithrin is pretty solid. Yorvin we know is a beast, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw another pack on Yorvin. That's where the last full set will go. So my Yorvin should be a Bonnie beast now. And we'll just kind of use that as maybe a bit of a benchmark going forward. So and I got another shiny. I got a third shiny on Yorman. And then we'll do the partial. We can get one more partial set. We can't do the full one. 4 Blithrin. And whatever remaining I have will probably go on Blithrin, because I think Evelyn's fine at 1420. Keep clicking on a place. So 1600 is where she's at now. Yeah. Whatever other event tokens I get will go on Blithrin. Which could be a good chunk because there's still a week left, right? Still a week left. All right. So we got rid of that. Oh. Now, we did actually get it. We got a lot of tokens from this. Because gold chests, right? This is an interesting little loop you can get into. It eventually run out, but here now we got a bunch more. I got a bunch more. Almost forgot about that. When you go through that many chests, you end up with a lot of extra. 1700s. All right, how many did I get? Wrong one. Here we go. Okay. Here's some more blues and here's some more greens. Let me go back and we do it again. This is interesting. Spark the Living Lightning Bolt familiar pack. That's shiny. It's also freaking pricey. I guess you could say that price is shocking. Yeah, you're welcome, folks. That's the amazing top quality content you get from here. All right. So when I talk about like late game and beyond being a whole different kind of situation when it comes to like gearing up champions, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, I'll use those. These go on Briv. Still. Here's where my Briv's at. 124,673. Remember, I need to get to 127,626. We're within 3,000 item levels, folks. So nice. My average item level over 100,000 on him. Just on him. So silly. Briv is silly. Briv is just a silly goose. 124,750. Yeah. All right. Thing is, I've got legendary potions. I've got goldens. I've got 3 goldens. I've got 13 shinies. What is going on? Did they make? I mean, I know already that I want. No, see, I want this golden. So we got to hold off for a golden there. Is there just a sort by release date? There we go. Blithrins would be Pantheon of Blessings. Have Grumpy and Gruff. Well, have Grumpy. Gruff doesn't have a golden yet. So I want a golden for that. I think I want to put one there. It's like, where do I want goldens? I don't know. Like a golden on Cass? Could be interesting. Volo, get out here. Get out of here. Look, I didn't even put legendaries on Volo. I gotta go put legendaries on Beetle and Blithrin. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't even. We didn't even gear up Beetle because that was the event where I stripped him and I spent all my tokens on Briv. So at some point, once we get Briv to 9 jump, the first place that's the first champions that are getting item levels are going to be Beetle and Grim because they're nowhere. But Volo's staying here. I don't know that I'm ever going to boost him. He got like some. Got some. He can be fine and live there. On my main account, I just don't do Volo. I don't know where I want to put Goldens. Garlock's got a bunch. I don't think I can put one on our ultimate. I don't need it anyway. Can I put one on Experienced Gladiator? I can. You know what? Yeah, and I got to push and a polish back. I'm tempted to make her just fully golden. It's tempting. But I'm gonna hold on. I got 2 left. I'm gonna hold on to it. All right. Shinies. Shinies, there's, there aren't that many that need shinies. Then we're going to put one on Pantheon of Blessings. I don't care about those. Is it in the I don't remember which. He needs one. Which one does he need? Or maybe he doesn't. Did he not get a pre-stack at all? Did I just think he did? And he didn't? Wow. Okay. Never mind. What's that? It's powerful following. I don't know. Yeah, we got Unearth's and Doc's Alliance. I mean, at this point, I have so many that I might just try to, like, knock some people off the list that just need one. Because I think I have all the priorities covered. Yeah, I've got a golden toolbox there for Norno. I could fully shiny Xander. That'd be useful, right? Oh no. I don't know. You know what, I'm gonna do Desmond, because when we're using Desmond, we need every bit of power we can get. That removes him from the list forever. Valentine. I guess we can here. Not usually using her for pushing. Control. Oh, that would actually be interesting. Hold on. Show me all the tanks. And where are their health items? Health. Oh, he's already done. Yeah, usually I tag the health items early, so looks like I already know. War Duke. Am I really gonna? Yeah. I'll be nice. Use War Duke, but he's gonna get one anyway. No. Rising Fury, where I did that one. Okay. Oh, and Cradle doesn't have spells. Here's the thing. On something like this, it's already capped. By putting a shiny here, I'm basically just giving myself... I'm trading a potion of shiny for 250 blacksmithing contract item levels. I don't know that I care that much. Let's make her... Use her a lot. You know what? We use Esmeralda all the time. So let's just make sure she's fully gilded. Do the same with Gale. Well, you know what? We'll get a refund there. Don't really use her for pushing. Pass we do. Oh, and I'm out. Okay. Well, that worked. That worked. Got a wild offer for Humon's Golden Epic Rainbow Eggs. It's tempting. Yeah. Yeah. It's not as big a deal as Briv's Golden Epic Theodinarax, but yeah. You know, it's going to take your cap to 1172. But a shiny on that, on the Rainbow Eggs, I mean, that's still pretty efficient. Still pretty efficient. So when we're going to 1200, probably going to need another 15 minutes. I kind of need over here. Let's see. Let's go here and let's make like 3 of these. 4. Only limited by the legendary vessels. Probably gonna want a couple of those. Don't think I care about the others. I got so many reagents. But I also have so many potions. Oh my god, 8,800 of these. A certain point where potions of specialization just don't matter anymore. Yeah. Where am I at? So when we talked about achievement bonuses before, like what's the max achievement bonus? I have most of them. And we're at 2.57 EO6. Like that's like a kind of a bad support buff. Guide and collection quest, lots of Elminster stuff. And then variant, like just completing all the variants. I haven't done the new stuff in Turn of Fortune's Wheel, so yeah. And yeah, that's it. Everything else is pretty much done. I think I missed a couple, like, what, Vlithrin's? Yeah, I need Vlithrin's achievement. I need somebody from the last event's achievement, I think. Come on. Ugh. It broke because I went into the achievement thing. On a boss level. They do say there's a comment in the. I was trying to read this. Sorry, folks. I was trying to read the Q&A. Trials is the next on the list for updates, but it's going to be a bit. Somebody asked about what's next now that the notary's out. Trials. There might be. The Justin said he isn't sure if there would be quality of life updates for the Forge before that or after that. The quality of life update, I think, the main one being like getting rid of the favor cost for upgrading. There'd still be the favor requirement, so these are two different things. Like the favor cost is this order of magnitude of favor just to pay for the upgrade, but there's a favor requirement that's you have to have a minimum amount of favor for every legendary level. So I think it's EO5 for level 1, like for the campaign it's linked to, and it goes up 5 orders of magnitude every level. So to get level 20 legendaries, to even be able to hit the button to upgrade, you have to have E100 favor, which isn't an issue. By the time you get there, that's not an issue at all. Yeah. Someone's gonna need legendaries forged. Now the question is, I've got some level 10 legendaries, and I don't know where I want to put them. Level 10s are usually for my pushing groups. Like, that's usually on somebody in a pushing group. I dismantled them off of somebody, and then didn't put them anywhere. It might have been on Beetle and Grim, actually, because I used to use them for pushing. They used to be pretty good when they were hot swappers. I used to use their debuff into buff hot swap. But now I don't know. I guess I could deck out Esmeralda or Duke Ravenguard. Duke's in like 5s. What's an Esmeralda? 5s. Okay. That wouldn't be the worst idea. You know what, we're gonna go with Esmeralda. Okay, so she's now full level 10s. Now I have a set of 5s and a set of 1s. Turn of Fortune eligible linked to legendaries. No. Legendary favor stops with Celestians, which is light as Erixis. So that's the only, you can't forge a legendary and have it be linked to Turn of Fortune's Wheel or Vecna Even Rune. You don't have to worry about that. They understood the problem there, and so they didn't make that a thing. Alright, so Karlach already had level 10 legendaries. Karlach already has everything, basically. She's got triple pigments. She's got level 10 legendaries. She's got, basically 2,500 item levels. It only says 2,100 because this one drags down the average. Well, the scale costs are fine. The issue is like the reforging. Reforging needs to be resolved. I don't know if that's on the list. You know what? Let's ask. Put that in my dev insights list. That's on the list. Dumping the event favor conversion better in Fortunes or Wizards 3? It depends. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, you kind of have to, like, have you decided that you've pushed as far as you can in both of those? Like, you've gotten all the favor you can really get in both of those. If you have, you can start converting. Fortune's favor is generally harder to get than Wizards 3, so Fortune's favor is usually first, but you get it to whatever makes you happy and then stop. The Turn of Fortune's wheel, I can't remember what the last one, but whatever the tier 5 cost is, you get it up so that you can buy all of this and then stop and then switch into the new stuff. Only has tier 4 of them. Force Hunter games, yeah. When we're going fast, the green wipes, it's it's worse when we're on a snow zone. I have to put a filter on the screen for that because problematic. All right, human versus machine. While human champions can be used, the damage of all human champions increase based on the area you're in. E50. Okay, so if it's 499 E50, you need 499 E52. You'd want to convert until you get that at a minimum, and then switch to the other place, right? Okay, let's see what we got for human party. He's not human, but he can come here anyway. Well, this is bad. You know what? No. Oh, daddy is. Oh, daddy is. Humon's totally human. Totally a human. Bobby? I don't know. Let's get our speed champions in first. And then figure out where we're going from there. Who do I want? We're definitely going to want them. Like, who are we doing for damage is the question. I think he's going to have to be like a support. And we're doing like this? What's his intelligence at? Low. They can come in. Did we get that everywhere? No, but we get it in a lot of places. It'll be better there? No, it's still better here. Better now or better now? Better now or better now? Okay. All right. We already leveled that. Let's see how this works. Giant Hunter. What do you have on? Group charge. Spell duel. They're the same. Okay. All right. Well, this time we're going 1,400 areas. Or we're going to try anyway. When it tells you it's going to level up like your power as you go along, sometimes there will be a little damage all human champions increase based on the area you're in. Sometimes it'll tell you somewhere what that damage bonus is. It doesn't seem to be doing that here. So, oh well. Oh well. All right. And you get to show more champions on the forge screen. I mean, you can click to the different pages down here or here. And then there's all kinds of filters, like for what you're looking for. But I can't, this is, with the number that's shown here, if you're like, how did you get 16 plus this? That's just your UI, like, what resolution are you running the game at? This is 1600 by 900. Started the game a month ago. For the champion event, I'm hesitating between Mehen and Melf. It seems to be better to push hard, but I don't have Farid and Havilar. I mean, I think Mehen is better not only for pushing, but also for, like, Mehen has some really solid gold find. Melf is an interesting champion. People like their speed sometimes, but their buffs are not. Their buffs are a little weird. So I would go Mehen, but you don't need to have Farid and Havilar. You'll hydrate. All right, thanks for hanging out. Blom? I don't know how to say your name. Is it SO2, but is it just Stew? I could just go with Stew. I don't know. You got me. An ad grape. Did I miss the answer to my question? Probably. How do you get to show more champions on the fourth screen? So my question is, like, do you just mean like that there's 16 here? Because this is just your resolution of your game. Otherwise, I mean, you're changing pages. It's only going to show champions that have full epics or have epics at all. So, but like the fact that there's like 16 here or 20 here, excuse me, and 5 up here, that's just, I'm running a 1600 by 900. Bloom. Okay. I will try to remember that. We'll try to remember that. Speaking of, I need to come back here, and I think I'm going to put the 5s on Yorvin. So we're going to need to forge some legendaries. Okay. And then I'm going to put these 5s onto Yorvin. He feels like he deserves 5s. 5s, honestly, if I could go back and change everything about how I did this, I would have aimed for 5s on everyone first. I'm hoping their rework of the system makes it just a more enjoyable system overall. Oh, we got some refunds. So those, of course, go on to Briv. This is from the drop in shinies on things that capped, basically. All right. All right, and we got 4 Evelyn chests we can open. No reason to sit on those. All right. This account needs a lot of work. I've got, when I'm sitting on 716,000 scales of Tiamat. That could upgrade some things a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. Everything's just been kind of on pause while I chase the 9-jump Briv. So oh god, I've got pigments. I've got so many pigments. Okay. Wow. I think what I was doing before was I was putting like at least one onto champions that I occasionally used as a DPS. So as you can see, Birdsong and Catty Bree got one. Why would this? Yeah, this is just, it's just going to be DPS. That's silly. Oh, that's all of them. Okay. Just one screen. Okay, cool. Who else would I potentially use as a DPS? Cass? I've used Cass as DPS before. I will again. Huh. I don't know. I don't use a lot of the DPS champions, like champions that have these champions that have the role. I don't use a lot of them. You don't need all of them. Jim. I'm still waiting for the Jim skin. The Green Flame Gym, but it's GYM. Like, it's a gymnasium, and it's like his muscle. He's a muscle builder. Got two squirt bottles, like water bottles, that he shoots water out of. I just think that'd be great. Give him some old school Chuck Taylor high tops, short shorts with the knee socks, all green with green stripes. I mean, come on. Jim would be great. I've been pitching that for years. Where else? You know what? I am gonna. Well, no, because it would come off in a full dismantle anyway. It's like I'm gonna throw on a Black Viper in the hopes she gets a rework, but I would. She'd probably end up dismantling and rebuilding her. But you know what? We'll do it anyway. Okay, the healing pigments. I really don't know. Here's all the healers in the game, folks. Here's everyone with the healing tag. There aren't a lot. And I really, we were talking about this the other day. I really feel like since people did tests, and suppose I need to test. Supposedly it does boost the shields that you get. I think it's gonna go on a shielder. I think I'm going to put 3 on one shielder, and then I think we're supposed to get... We only had 1 for Penelope, and they're supposed to give us... They were thinking they're going to give us 2 more as compensation if you did Penelope's. So I think I would end up dismantling off of Orkira, and I would put 3 on probably Dungeon Master, as odd as that might sound, and then 3 on Shaka. Because they've both got party-wide shields. Or maybe I put all 6 on Dungeon Master. Because basically I want somebody that can come in and be a shielder when we need one. And Dungeon Master could go everywhere. Might do that. You know what? No, I just want to double check the test first. Do you put only 1 DPS pigment per champ? Yeah. Well, because look, my champs don't necessarily need tons of damage. They've already got tons of damage from item levels of gear. So I don't want to put all of my pigments on one. Those are my backups, to be clear. Those are my backup DPS. Carlock, as we've stated before, she's got 6 tanking pigments, 6 DPS pigments, and 6 support pigments. So I decked out my girl. She's set. Okay. So amongst backup DPS, I put 1 on each, just so they've got a little extra power, and I've got an assortment of backup DPS I can use. That's really what it comes down to. It's just spreading out the backup DPS. Antreus, well, Antreus already has solid shields. Honestly, if you can spread out through the party like this. I mean, right now we're rocking an EO5 shield. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. And that's not even a full party. Like, we don't even have everybody triggering that. So I'm not so worried about Antreus. It's more, I think, Dungeon Master, because he can go anywhere. So when I run into a variant that's doing the constant, max health damage, I'll always have Dungeon Master available, and he'll always have a solid shield. You put more than one type of pigment on one item. Yes. Whatever a champion has roles for, you can put pigments on for. So Parlock is DPS, tanking, and support. So she can get one of each of those 3 pigments. This is why Lurking Rider put all 4 on nerds.
DPS, tanking, healing, and support. Like they're gonna have 24 pigments on, 6 of each type, right? That's been the goal they're chasing. So once we get the rest of those healing pigments, they'll finally have reached that, because I think they have all the others. I think they were just waiting on the healing ones. Okay, support pigments though. Bigger pool. As you can see, I'm up to 3 on some of the stronger supports. I was using some people more often back when I was placing some of these. But some people have 2, and now I'm like, well, I don't even use them that much anymore. But that's fine. So now my question is, how many do I have? I have 25. 1, 2. I'm going to count the people who don't have any. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17. No, there's going to be too many. Okay, so I was like, do I have enough to put 1? Oh my god, no. Have I put enough to put 1 on every support? I do not. Yorvin's getting a pair. Yorvin's growing a pair. I think we put a pair on people. Like Valentine's gonna get another one. I think we're at the point where I want to put like 2 on the people that I actually do throw down at times in groups. And we'll go from there. Bert can have another one. As a treat. As a treat. Wow, who I use in groups has really changed. I'm looking at like some of my past choices and going, really? But yeah, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I remember when I did that. Yeah. You know what? Mahan can have a pair. Jim can have a pair. Rama. Really? Belushi. I think got most of. How many we got left? 9. Made sense at the time. Yeah, it did. And I'm totally fine with that. I totally used those champions and benefited from those pigments for a long time. I just don't anymore, right? Now the question is, do I find people that I definitely use and make sure they have 3? That might be a good idea. I wish you could sort by usage, like your usage, your account usage. That would be a neat tracker. He's going to need 1 more. He's a seat 1 swap. You know what, Kreidel, because he's our deep pushing boy. He needs 1. Lizel, he's usually paired with Karlach. I already got 3 on Miria. Put another on Orkira. That's our. I have 3 seat 1 swaps that I go to a lot. It's Orkira, Gale, and Esmeralda, depending on what I'm trying to do. Another on Valentine. You know what? Bye. You've got a solid buff. I should take advantage of that more. Yorvin's probably going to be bigger now. And I guess I should consider Will. He gets the last one. Will gets a nod with 1 support pigment finally. Yeah, that's kind of what you got to figure out initially, Nora, is like, who are you using the most to do stuff? And start off with the deep pushing team. Again, start off investing your power in your trials team, basically, so that you can make sure you get to tier 10 and basically have that on lock, like you're farming and you're great. And then if there's anyone that isn't usually in trials that you usually have in like a normal deep push for favor, you know, in a free play, make sure they've got, you know, whatever it would, so that you can get as far as possible in a regular campaign for favor, right? Those are the places that you invest first. I've got solid investments in those. I didn't go all the way to, you know, 6 piggies, right? 6 support pigments. Because I have so much other stuff invested in them, I wasn't worried about it. That reminds me though. Did I actually spend my... I did, okay. I was like, that's where some of those came from. How many I got? Yeah, there's a remaining stock of 3, okay. I think we bought that the other day. Oh, hey, Shadowheart. I don't have enough gems. I forgot that came out. That came out recently. It's my weekly offer. No. No thanks. No thanks. Am I missing some of the mouse variants where you can only damage evil champions? It's painfully slow. No, that's how the variant 3 is. Yeah, that's literally a restriction. It says you can only damage enemies Melf deems as evil. So you've got to have a strong tank up front, and then it takes a long time. It takes a long... Just getting off of area 1 can be painful in that adventure. Really weird though that my item level floor in this account, if we go over here, here's some, was 300 until the recent Beal and Grimm and Vola, right? But everybody else was 300. But now it feels like with the level of gems that I'm producing in a month, even before hitting 9 jump, my floor is going to be like, what did we see? 1,400? Like 2 packs? Like everybody will get at least 2 packs? They're going to be 1,400 or 2,000. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's just in events, right? Like that's just from events. And then I'll be earning tons of blacksmithing contracts outside of that. This is why I said, like, it almost doesn't... I almost feel like I probably just shouldn't even have bothered chasing 9 jump Briv, because the amount of contracts I was getting, but the amount of resources I was getting before was fine. I was getting champions regularly up to 1,000 item levels, average item levels with contracts and in events. It was fine. not 9 like, and I'm already feeling like, wow, this is just so many. There's so many event tokens, and it's just going to get even worse. I'm just going to have even more once I hit 9 jump, right? I have to not gem farm all the time, or else I'm going to have too much. It's just resource. This level of resources just kind of breaks the game. Just kind of breaks the game. Ugh. Ugh. It's been 7 million gems now. Yeah. 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 Yep, always be alley wicking. That's how you end up with too many gems. Folks, last night we played a little, at the end of the stream, we played a little Conquest Arc, so I could show everybody what the final boss looks like. And after the stream, I did finally beat the phase 2 portion of that fight. It was wild. It took a little. It's got some interesting mechanics. And immediately the second it switched into phase 3, it killed me. And I tried phase 3, like I tried to get to phase 3 like one more time, and I was like, well, you got to go all through phase 1 again, to phase 2, get back to phase 3. It's like rough. So I still haven't really gotten to attempt phase 3 yet. But I found a build that just absolutely deleted. Not only did it basically look like it was just deleting her help for very quickly. I was able to erase all the ball swingers like right after they come up. I was killing all the ads. Like I figured out a whole other way to DPS in that. Like there's a way to build your DPS in that specific fight. The problem is, because of the setup that it takes, like that I was showing off, re-rolling to get the right things. Like you start off with 666 re-rolls. I think I used like 500 and something re-rolls to get that build set up. So it was wild. Show it again. I missed it. I'd like to know something about it. I mean, the VOD's up, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably play it on stream again at some point. I don't know if we'll do it today, but it's wild. In other game news, the Duck Detective, The Secret Salami comes out. Oh wait, no, yeah. No. Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping comes out tomorrow. But The Secret Salami is on sale for $7. We played Duck Detective on stream. They had just announced that Ghost of Glamping is coming out tomorrow. Or at least I just saw that it's coming out tomorrow. Yeah. Can't pre-order it though. What the hell? What the hell? Why not? Yeah. Yeah, if you go to the very end of yesterday's VOD, I switched the title over to Conquest Dark, and I went through. We went over a lot. We went over a lot, but it was a very slow, rough thing. Maybe at the end of today's stream, maybe we'll play some more. I don't know. This is the part of the main account that is just tedious, right? Everything is thousands, over 1,000 area goal, right? It just takes forever. Just takes forever, even with speed potions running. I mean, we got 10x speed. Still takes forever. I should really be popping legendaries now, I guess. So now that we're going to be probably doing this we'll probably start streaming this just only Mondays and Wednesdays again. Be working on guide updates while we're going thousands of areas because we'll have the time. We got to figure out what else to play the other days of the week. We did that demo for Hordes of Fate. That was fun. I'm interested in how that ends up coming out. I got a couple more demos. We got a couple other full games people have gifted. We got stuff to play. We got stuff to play. I just got to install something. I'm doing that click kill thingy on Melf and I'm at 758. Tell me about Tito's. Yeah. I set it up with nothing and just click damage, and I came back and I had click killed through to like 800. And then I had to start doing the bud spiking thing. So basically you want to build a full formation on area 1, save it. And then you could build a second formation if you wanted. That's just familiars on the screen, 6 familiars on the screen and nothing else. And then, so you drop back to area 1, you load in the full formation, you spike your bud, then you hit the swap to just the familiar only formation and then turn auto progress back on and then ride that as far as you can until your bud falls off, right? Too much. And you just got to keep hot swapping between it. I kind of did it while I was watching another stream one night. That's how bud spiking works. That is very much a bud spiking variant. So just gotta lean into it. We can switch this over here. First time doing it. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, but that's one of the guides that I have to make. Like basically probably the first written guide I need to make is for bud spiking. I made the VOD for it last year during the new account thing, and then I never made the written blog or the written guide. But the VOD is ready. I just went through and updated so many guides that I got burnt out on it. That's the problem with having as many guides as I do. All the champion guides and everything, going through and updating them is just, you get a little burnt out on working on guides. Yeah, the problem. One of the problems is that I don't know that there's any guides out there for bud spiking, and then when people tend to use the term bud spiking in a way that is referencing different something else. Sometimes, so it gets confused. Like this is why I like having different terms for things. Yeah. Now my jump farm is ludicrous speed. I can use huge potions and background progress. Yeah, probably. Yeah. You do get to a point where you earn that many. For sure. It looks like we're going to be totally fine here. I didn't think we'd have an issue, but I wasn't entirely sure. I don't know that I built this perfectly. Using people in here that I haven't used in a long time, so. But we had enough damage. That's all that matters. Just happening my gem farm has been glitch free for 2 days. Yeah. Ugh. Been so glitchy this last month or so. All right, there we go. There's 1400. Now for the long one. Should really do these in reverse order so it just you get done quicker. I mean, you don't. It takes the same amount of time, but it's nicer when it's like, oh, we did it. It's short. That one went by fast. All right, everyone moves. Enemies move 4 times faster and deal 100 times damage to everyone except Evelyn. Which, so, you know, as long as you're doing an Evelyn tank, then you're fine. I should have just saved the formation we just had. It would have worked, but no, let's speed champions, because now we can use anybody we want. So when we can use anybody we want, you use speed champions. That's not supposed to go there. That is. We go there. We go there. I'll always be alleyway king. All right. Something like this. Probably fine. Familiars to the rescue. All right. Yeah, so this one we're going to 1600. It should be fine because we'll be able to swap. I mean, there's no real restriction here other than you need to use Evelyn to tank. So we'll be able to use whatever damage dealers I want when we get to the end. So, you know, super straightforward, in my opinion. Our Evelyn is pretty stacked. Right? If you were trying to do it with a low gear Evelyn, that would be a problem. But 1400 item levels. What are we looking at? Night prayers, E11s, whatever. We haven't gone very far yet, clearly. EO8 health to tank with is fine. We want Lathander's Grace stacking up is what we want. 100 levels beyond unlockable upgrades, so we're gonna unleash the familiars to just over level everybody as we go here. Yeah. She's not a super solid buffer, to be honest, but she's a solid tank. Like, she can exist. Sometimes you just need somebody to exist at the front. Should better take the Briv and similar item levels. I don't know why. I don't know when you'd ever have them in similar item levels. Is my answer to that question. Because, yeah, you know, Briv's usually going to end up with outrageous amounts of item levels. She doesn't have the sustain, right? Like, she can't self heal like Briv can. So, generally speaking, probably not. But you can't. But you're also talking about Briv is, you know, basically the most OP tank in the game for normal tanking, for actual tanking, places where, you know, where he's not getting one shot, right? Because he has both damage reduction and healing, which is basically delayed damage reduction, right? He can heal 100% of the damage he takes or more. So yeah, it's unfair comparison to compare any tank in the game to Briv in that regard. Right? But she's also in a different bench seat, right? So you don't really have to compare her straight to him. But who you have to compare it to is like the other tanks in her seat, right? And who she got? She got Sergeant Knox. Yeah. I mean, Sergeant Knox can make Mako's kind of beastly, but you know, that's her only actual tanking competition. Trying to figure out who you're going to use in the same bench seat. Evelyn can have a strong buff once you get Lathander's Grace going. We've got to complete, 400 areas to even start kicking in, but yeah. Better than nothing. But yeah, Briv rarely gets compared to anyone with equal item levels. Maybe early on when you first get Briv, you might be able to compare him with equal item levels to somebody, but once you've turned him into a gem farmer, yeah, there isn't really a comparing. Like you'll have core champions, cores and evergreens that might get that high, right? Like, where's Niali? Niali's got 60,000 item levels. Well, for a while. Now my Briv's over 100,000, so I can't even compare him to core and evergreen. But he would have won that fight anyway. I mean, they basically, when they made Briv too good at too many things. They put too many neat things in his kit that were super functional. They gave him damage reduction, self-damage reduction. They gave him a ramping buff based off how many times he gets hit. Like in a single run, it just ramps, forever with his steel bone stacks. I mean, obviously diminishing returns, but still. They gave him a self heal that isn't even just a self heal; it heals the whole party. And a spec that makes it bigger, right? And between the spec that makes it bigger and like Mert's perk up, you can base there's 100% healing. It was too much. And then they give him the single greatest speed effect for gem farming in the game. Way too much. You got way too much in one kit. And he came standard with a taunt, which at the time tanks didn't have taunts. Not standard. They could have feats for it. No, they won't. He's been this way for a long time and they know it, right? He was worse on launch because on launch he could jump bosses that you hadn't beat yet. Like he could beat a boss in a variant. Like you could be doing a difficult evergreen unlock and just jump over the boss. People would literally they would get up to the area before the boss. They would drop Briv in at a 100% guaranteed jump chance and then just jump over the boss and not have to do the actual boss fight. People did that. Oh, like they just skipped the challenging content that way. And when they fixed that was the nerf to Briv. That was seen as a huge nerf to Briv. They left the ability to do it in free plays though. If that was their time, they could have taken that out completely and not let Briv jump bosses at all. And we wouldn't have the gem farm issue that we have now, right? With this outrageous gem production. He would still be, he would probably still be a gem farmer. It's just he would jump from boss to boss to boss, right? But which would still be faster. So yeah, they had a chance. They had a chance to at least fix that one problem. They could have, they could have nerfed some of his heal values. They could have done all kinds of things. They didn't. They didn't. So they were clearly fine with it. And now here we are. And now, I mean, and to be honest, now that we're pushing well past Area 2000, Briv can't stay alive up there. He then falls the same way any other tank would. He dies in a hit or a couple hits, depending on how far you're going. The only tanks that it can exist are Miria and Krydal. Okay, so we got our first Lathander's Gray stack. Yeah, there's an extra EO5 bonus from our first ability to get stacks. So we got 10 stacks. EO5. At 800 we'll go up to 20 stacks. At 1200 we'll go up to 30 stacks. This is just going to keep getting better because it's multiplicatively stacking. So she doesn't look great early on, but then she gets a pretty solid buff here, right? Yeah, lots of people did that before that change, Funky Pants. I never did. Because the whole point to me was, beating those difficult bosses. Because even the item levels to work well. I mean, she definitely needs some item levels. I don't think she has any pre-stat. She has a multiplicative stacking ability, but it's not affected by gear. She's more, you have to be able to go real far. Like we just unlocked EO5 more damage just by getting to area 400. 800 is where we're going to really see, we're going to see a bigger multiplier. 1200 is even bigger. 1600 is even bigger. 2000 is even bigger. 2400 is even bigger. She rewards you by being able to go real deep. I do have item levels on her, but what I'm really getting out of this is stacked health, right? No difference in finishing achievements during the event versus after. No, there's not. I mean, I think Noroi, yeah. I mean, the variants are easier. The variants are easier to do during the events because all three of them are available. But if someone's just saying, what, you know, if I unlock a champion, I'm assuming they're going to do at least all three of the tier 1 variants. They'll get that achievement. But even then, you could get it. You could get them by doing 3 time gates. So, you know, it doesn't. There's no bonus reward for doing it while the event is active. Basically, it can just be easier to do while some of them can be easier to do while the event's active. Specifically, the doing all 3 variants. Yeah, it's the same effect. There's no bonus. She's your last event champion, but you have no resources left. Yeah, and you're fine. I mean, you just want to, you know, do her stuff. You know, get her what gear you can, but she doesn't need to be like, you know, thousands of item levels or something, right? She has that for me simply because I had them available. So didn't really hurt. Can't get who's grumpy because I don't have the other champions. Yeah, that's fine. You can do it later. The achievements aren't like the champ specific one, which is what you're talking about. The one that's based off the champions, like using a champion in a specific way based off their abilities. That one can be done at any time. Sometimes, like in the case of Brivs, one of his variants is that makes it super easy. But that doesn't mean it can only be done there, or it's or you have to, or you know, none of that matters. Yeah, time gates have the same variants. That's what comes up in a time gate when you come in and you select a time gate, and there's like 2 adventures, and then there's a third thing that you do for the third gold chest. That's one of the variants. You got to hover over it to see. It's a tier 1 variant currently. But all 3 rotate through. So if you haven't done any of them, when you unlock a champion for the first time and you haven't done any of them, you get one of the 3 at random. And then the next time you time gate that champion, you get one of the 2 you haven't done randomly. And then the third time you time gate that champion, you're guaranteed to get the one you haven't done. And then after that, if you time gate them again, it just goes to pure randomness. And that's so that you can chase that achievement outside of events. But yeah, a time gate is literally just it is a gate that takes you back in time to the event, and you get to do like a tiny little piece of the event. That's the whole concept. Now, hopefully when they rework it, like I'm a big proponent of have all 3 variants there. Like I would like to see them bump it up to 5 chests So two base adventures, just like there's always been. Then all 3 variants for whatever tier you're currently on. Like for whatever tier you currently have uncompleted, the lowest tier you have uncompleted. So if you've never done it, you're in tier 1. If you've done tier 1, then I would like it to serve up tier 2 variant. So you can attempt to do tier 2. And then once you do tier 2, I want it to serve up tier 3 variants, right? Or at least give you the choice. Actually, that might be better. Like just have it give you the choice of what tier variant you want. Like and like trials, you can choose to do the one you haven't completed, or you can choose one that you've completed. At least give it that, because when I've done tier 4, I don't want to have to do tier 4 time gate. I just want to do tier 1 and just give me the chests. I don't have to go that far. But also, if you can only do tier 2, you don't want it to serve you up tier 3 and then you can't complete it, right? But I would really love it to have like the two regular adventures and then all 3 variants, and have it be linked to climbing tiers just like you can in an event. Yeah, the variants rotate. Yep. I got a guide for this. I do have a guide for that. All right, we got a combination. Wait, that said hail hydrate. That means water. What the hell? Why does everything have to start with sound maxed? All right, just cruise along. We got past 800. Let's go look at the buff. You can see, like, now it's up to EO8. Not bad. Mm-hmm. 1051 Melf now can spike my bed to 471. Oh yeah. Oh, you're way over because you're only going to 1200. So E429 is what you need for like 1600. So you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Mm-hmm. We have, here we go. I was like, do we have enough? Yay. Here we go. Sharon Shadowheart. We doing on clan versus clan. I mean, we're behind, but I don't care. We got our rewards. Bonnie Beast around? He hasn't done his stuff in CVC. Got at least one person that's getting booted after this CVC. Not Bunny Beast. We got one person that hasn't been around for like 3 weeks. Yeah, I hope they're okay. I thought I saw him in chat the other day. So we did. I did see them in chat the other day. So hopefully they're okay. I don't really care about winning this CVC though. I mean, I'd take it if we got it, but I don't want people like trying to force it. But I feel like if Bunny Beast did their stuff, we'd probably be ahead. I still have to do my crafting, so I was waiting for tonight. Still got plenty of bud, even though we don't have a real DPS yet. That's probably stronger too. Yeah. Yeah. When I was playing raid, I couldn't stress enough to my client how important forage is for CVC. Yeah. Yeah, just farm a Doom Tower as high as possible gave so many points just by crafting gear. Yeah. I actually have more crafting resources than I have that stupid Magisteel. I'm always gated by Magisteel. I do a good amount of arena. Still never enough. Still never enough. So, yeah. There's so many things to do in raid that it's such a time sink nowadays. It's that becomes frustrating for me at times. I don't want to have to put that much time into it. We've added some things to help, but it doesn't feel like enough. Doesn't feel like enough. Is that what I want? Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's still there's still a lot going on, right? But CVC is still, I mean, CVC is still basically the same. Like the base version of CVC. There's like there's the one you remember, and now there's also a siege mode that's completely different. That's in there. That's like they're in between. So in between CVCs, like when there used to be off weeks, there's no such thing as an off week anymore. Which is, yeah, it can be problematic, right? That's where things just get like, it's like there's just, when do you get a break? You don't anymore. And yeah, at some point it's just like too much going on at once. So, I mean, they've added some things that are time savers, but I feel like they could add so many more, and it would just make the overall experience better. But they want everybody clicking and playing and pressing the buttons, and I get it. You know, that's those are the metrics they're used to, right? Like, how long are they spending in the game? And it's like, measure how much they're enjoying the experience. Try to find a measure for that instead of just how long they're in there, because trust me, we're not playing that much because we're enjoying it. RSL helper saves you a lot of time if you learn all its features. Well, so the problem with RSL learning all of its features is I've just got to dig in and try to find it, because last time I looked, there isn't like an English guide to that. And it was like, okay, so now I've got to figure out a whole other thing just to be able to play the game. Like, all right, we gotta build a damage formation now, folks. I don't know if there's an English guide to that now. That'd be great. Okay, we're gonna use Evelyn still, just because I wanna. Let's get Carlock in. That means we want Strongheart in. We want Duke Ravengard in. All right. What else? I want Esmeralda. I want Caddy Bree. Who else do I want, really? We want Miria. Starion. I just want lots of damage. And we can leave BBG in. Oh, Birdsong. Birdsong's Bird Strong. Birdsong's Bird Strong. Go. Alright, now we're just going to melt everything. Folks, 544 DPS. Yes, we're fine. We're fine. Also, devs kind of deliberately put events in the game with good words just before CVC. Yeah, they do it for all kinds of stuff. Not even just CVC. Also before, like, champion unlock things, and yeah. Oh, is that a guide? Ooh. Okay. Let me save this. Bookmark. No, I didn't want to go there. I just wanted you to make it but why did you change your design? There we go. Thank you. I will check that later if I can get it to freaking update. That's the other problem. So one of the things is using external tools to play games is if the external tool doesn't update when the game does, which understandable, People have lives that aren't linked to just updating those tools for everyone. Then it's like the thing you were relying on. Yeah, isn't there, and then you're like, well, what do I do now? I don't know. I will read that though, because one of the things I was thinking is once I hit 9-jump Briv, got that other computer in the other room. If I could get RSL working, I can set it up on the other computer and let that computer run Raid while I'm streaming. Or even just run more Raid 24/7. But then at that point, it's like, I don't even feel like I'm playing a game anymore. Right? Am I really playing the game then, or am I just... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If I can figure that out, that might make me a little more on the side of I'm going to keep playing. It's just a... to farm, sell gear, upgrade gear, do the forge. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if that's all it's doing for you, then you still got to do all the rest of the stuff, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like I have an issue burning my energy or selling gear, upgrading gear, doing the forge stuff. I don't. That stuff isn't the issue. It's literally clicking through all the other stuff that you have to do, just to kind of mark off all your check boxes and be optimal on a constant basis. I think the only thing I use it for right now is just to look at my pity timers, but it's always wrong because there's always been it's always down and unusable when I'm like pulling at some point. I'm pulling stuff that's out of that pity timer. It's like, why was I? Yeah, this doesn't do anything for me. Kills me every time. Sure, you can manually update them if you track it. Yeah, I don't bother. Like, it's just a level of, yeah, I just, you know, yeah. I would like that's a feature, like your pity timers on shards. That's a feature that should just be built into the game, right? Like it is in Idle Champions with your chests. No one cared about buying multi battles. Yeah, people still don't care about that. So yeah, I think they've gotten over it. And I think if my tablet were able to have still continued to play Raid, because my tablet is old now, I can't use it to play Raid anymore. If I could, I wouldn't probably, because then I'd sit in the living room and I'd just hit stuff, watch TV, and just like, go do that, and then go do that. That's when I got the most enjoyment out of play Raid, was when I could play it on my tablet in the living room while watching TV. You know, just give it a little attention every now and then, and then you know, and then if I needed to, you know, focus more on it, I could also then sit down with the computer later. Can't do that anymore. It's either the computer or nothing. Yeah, if you buy energy packs, they've all got multi battles in them. It's just they package it that way. But I don't buy anything anymore, so. I used to buy energy. Back when we first started playing, I used to buy energy. Cell phone runs raid 5. It will, when I try to do multi battles, if I try to get it to do something that's like a multi battle, it crashes. It crashes the app. It'll do like one or two and then crash, and then I got to restart it over and over and over. So I just stopped bothering, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. I want to set up a multi battle and then look over it. Did it finish? Yeah. Like just trying to do faction wars. Like, did it burn? Did it do the 2 runs on bosses? No, it got through one and then partway through the second and then crashed. It's like, so annoying. What else do I need? The Doom Tower. Oh, Hydra reset. All right. I do. Oh, okay. Faction wars. Hard. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I can do that one. But yeah, I don't even use my tablet that much, so I literally just use my tablet now for Spotify, to broadcast for some reason my computer won't broadcast Spotify to my Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom. But the tablet can. So I literally just use the Spotify, and I'll take my tablet into the kitchen with the speaker if I'm like baking or something. It's really just a music player at this point. My phone I could never try to play this game on a phone this big. I like small phones. I'd be like, what the hell? Let me get my reading glasses. What is that? No. Just like Idle Champions. No, it's not. No. All right, we're at 1527. And where did we get with our buff? Wait, why is she... Oh, I took her out of the formation. Oh, we took a lot of people out of the formation. That was the problem. Let's level everybody up now. I didn't have anybody over leveled. Okay. Oh, so what's her stacks now? 30, E11. So, you know, it got better. We're up to an E20 Divine Prayer. Yeah. So it's better. Evelyn could still use a rework. Evelyn deserves to be thrown out, you know, E30, E40. I mean, if Yorvin and Volo can do it, Evelyn should be able to do it. Oh, I did it. I did Sylvan Watchers hard too. Nice.
Nice.
They added a hard mode to the faction wars for anybody who's playing before. I only 2-starred, but I don't care. That's totally fine with me. I'm gonna select a reward. Can I do stage 3 Sacred Order? Auto? Cleared it? Nice. I told you could. You had more than enough damage. It's just time. Right? It's just time. It's just annoying because it's because it's a variant where you don't even really need a formation. You just need to build a formation on level 1, and then you take it out and you don't use it ever again. Which is probably something they need to fix. But that variant would be next to impossible, or just so annoying that you wouldn't ever want to do it in the current event system with tiers, because it was designed when you were only going to go 75 areas. So you put in one party, then 51 it kicked them out, then you put in another party, you were done. But having to only be able to use champions every 50 areas is, when you're going 1600, that's not something that should exist in the current event system. What's the reward for clearing hard faction wars? It's better stuff. Better stuff. They put in things called relics. Bioshikir, is that what they call them? I'm getting my games mixed up now. Where there's these like another type of gear that exists off of champions that you can move them into any champions. You get one slot for them. And you level them up too, and they have benefits, and then they've got things that slot into them, and you get, this is one of the places you can get that kind of stuff. And then just, bigger and better reward. There's a new champion if you can do all that. Like, it's the same kind of, got the same number of like tiers, and you're chasing a champion at the end. Try to get 3-star and everything, but it's hard. It's much more difficult. I'm not even bothering with the stars. I'm just like, can I do them and get through them? And some factions, when it initially launched, the first 2 factions that were available on launch day, I couldn't even do hard 1 for either of them with my champions. Whereas I had, normal like 21 on farm for before that. Like, it's a vastly different experience. Oh yeah, mythical champion is the reward, because mythical is now the highest rarity of everything. AoE stun champ? I don't know. Again, I'm not even chasing the stars. I'm treating it just like I treated faction wars originally. It's like, can I get through it? And then I'll go back and try to 3-star everything. I just want the completion first. Again, if I hadn't screwed up my gear, maybe I'd try to, gear things up, but I am in a rebuilding phase. That's why I'm demotivated at the moment. Like a big demotivator at the moment. Rain. All right, we cleared 1600. I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to get above it anyway. Lathander's Grace now up to E14, so E23 buff on Evelyn, but we're done now. And Lydia is still solid, yeah. I wish I could gear her up better. All right. We're gonna get mythical gear. Man, I would rather see relics first. I'd rather see like an artifact system and Idle Champions first. Then another rarity that isn't actually a rarity. Okay, so I 4-starred all of my event stuff. Yay! Completely done with the event. I'm happy with that. That's what I'm looking for every event. At progress on my main account, right? And then it's just honestly, it's back to. Well, hold on. Did I buy patron stuff this week? Oh, I didn't. Hey, I've got to be running out of currency or getting low. Have to do patron stuff on this account soon. We'll have to start doing, setting up patron in the background again. Oh yeah, Vajra's at 6,300 currency. Holy crap! All right, but until then, it's just back to gem farming, which is probably going to be screwed up because I just put a bunch of pigments in places. Put any on these champions? I don't know that I did, so we might be okay. Time for the filter. Time for the filter. You know what? Maybe we just, because this is where it's going. So, why don't we switch? Why don't we switch games?